Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pro Wrestling Tonight, right here on IndieQuebec.com. It's the Prez, it's Magnificent Drey Breeze, once again
Yeah,
bringing the news. How you doing, Drey?
I'm doing awesome. You?
Doing good, man. So yeah, there was a big Impact Wrestling pay-per-view this weekend.
Yeah.
Among other big news that came out of the pay-per-view, new champion Josh Alexander.
Yes, let's take our hats off to a two-time champ.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice. We'll see where they go from here. There's a lot of cool stuff happening in Impact.
Yep. Yep.
Um, WWE side, most interesting storyline. I still think the Ezekiel Elias thing with the Kevin Owens.
That is the best with him going that he's losing his mind and stuff, and that Elias is actually the same person as Ezekiel and stuff. Yeah, that's pretty.
I can't wait to see
That's
where they're
funny.
going with this. Like,
Yeah, yeah, it's
yeah.
good. It's good. It's entertaining. So
Yeah. Yeah. So besides that, there was some GCW shows on the weekend. I didn't get to see them, but gonna get to that next week, hopefully.
yeah.
Um, I noticed PWG has been also back in business. You know, I don't think they had any shows over the COVID. Gonna
Pro
have to
Wrestling
check them
Gorilla,
out.
no,
Yeah. I know Mike Bailey made it to the finals of the PWG Battle of Los Angeles.
that's cool.
I definitely want to check out that show.
Yeah,
But yeah, man. So like all wrestling's coming back. It's
it's in
awesome.
full effect. Yeah, it is. Especially during the summer, it's going to be so busy everywhere.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Hope we see some more shows coming in Montreal. Cool stuff happening around here, hopefully.
Yeah.
So let's get into Dynamite, which just ended as we record this. First match of the night. Dax versus Cash with
Yeah.
CM Punk, who came out to do commentary. Yeah, Owen Hart tournament qualifier. Just an awesome wrestling match, you know?
It was. And you don't usually get this when you see a tag team partner against another tag team partner. Most recently, it ends up being boring or whatever. But these guys really went at it. So
Yeah.
that was really cool.
And there was a
Yeah.
decisive winner, too. I
Yeah.
mean, that's
Yeah.
cool.
That
You know
was
what it
cool.
reminded me of a bit? And maybe this is why they did this, but this could be totally like, I could be totally wrong saying this. It reminded me a bit of like when Owen and Bulldog wrestled each other, but they were a team.
Yeah. Well, for the Intercontinental title on Raw.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. I think they
One of
might
the
have been inspired a bit by that.
Anybody who loves wrestling for wrestling thinks that's one of the best matches in the 90s. That is a legendary
Oh
match.
yeah,
It was crazy. The technicality in that match, you have to go back and watch it. It was really worth watching. And to see somebody like Davey Boy, who was big at the time, like he
oh
was
yeah,
big, to be able to go like that. You know what I mean? You didn't usually see big guys back then being able to go technically and do all the stuff that he did in that match with Owen. Man, that was a
yeah,
match.
definitely. And like he wouldn't always bust that out. Sometimes he would just do power moves, but he was
Yeah,
definitely like capable. But I guess it depended on who his opponent was.
exactly.
Yeah, Bulldog definitely underrated. I mean, you know, some guys like Owen, he definitely deserves to be remembered. But then there's like other guys like Bulldog. He like, you know, he deserves to be remembered too. Can't forget.
Yeah. Yeah, he held a lot of titles and he was at one point he was one of the biggest faces in WCW. Like they had him and
Yeah,
Sting as the two top faces of that company, against Sid and Vader right before they did the whole shuffle to the NWO and everything, and they let a
when
bunch of
they're
guys.
walking on the beach and the boat blows
Yeah,
up and everything.
yeah, exactly, exactly. I mean, that's when Bulldog was like top. He was top
Oh yeah,
at the top of his game, man. He really was. So
yeah. So yeah, that was cool. Cool way to start it off. Um, next up we have the Blackpool Combat Club taking on the Factory. Yeah, Blackpool Combat Club take this one easily.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Yuta is really coming along.
Yo, he put on a good match. He was fast. He was like, yeah, you could see why Moxley and Danielson are like, yeah, we're gonna work with this young guy.
I like his new tights.
Yeah,
It looks
they're
like
nice.
blood splatter. It's cool.
Yeah, yeah. I liked it. Okay, so we went a couple weeks ago from saying,
Forget
what's
this
up with
guy.
you
What is
to
this
forget
guy?
this
Yeah, yeah,
guy to now this guy's pretty damn cool,
yeah,
So, you can see he's talented as hell, Now they gave him the push that he needs, and I mean, everybody knows who Yuta is now.
yeah. And here tonight, he got the pin in the match. Also, it was a hometown match for him. He's from Philly, apparently,
He's
and
from
tonight he was
Philly, yeah.
from Philly. So, yeah. Hey, you know what's weird? Like, Impact had just taped in Philly. Now AEW taped in Philly.
Yeah, yeah,
Lots of
yeah.
stuff
And,
happening.
but they're like going around the same territory recently. So I don't know what's going
There
on
you
with
go.
that.
Another thing coming back to a point you made last week. Like AEW, they made this big deal of Ishii being on AEW, but he was also on Impact.
Exactly. Exactly. Versus Jonah. Yeah,
Yeah,
he was. That's what
exactly.
I'm saying. For a second time. You know what I'm saying? And he's at the TV tapings because the TV tapings, right? They're
Yeah,
taped.
exactly. You could figure it out in advance. Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So he's at the TV tapings. So if you watch Impact, you'll see him probably this week, I think. Yeah, you'll see him tomorrow night. You know what I mean? Like so
So it's like,
yeah,
whoa, it's this huge deal, even though it's like a guy that you could like see anytime, basically.
exactly. It's like, no, that's not how you push a guy, push a guy that I'm not gonna have any choice but to watch your
And
pay-per-view to see
Ishii is
him.
such a like he's a cool character, but he's kind of like a Scott Norton-ish guy. He's just like a pure power brawler guy. He's not gonna like. Okay, first of all, the guy's Japanese, but I think even in Japan, he doesn't like do any mic work or anything. He just comes out
No.
and fights, you know?
Yeah, yeah, he's a mid-carder. Like he's an intercontinental
Yeah.
champion, you know what I'm saying? For example.
Reminds me a
He's
bit of
oh,
like a Rick Steiner-ish guy, maybe, or
exactly. Exactly. So you're kind of like, oh, cool. And then you
but
see
it's
him
not
one
like a
time.
huge star here. Exactly.
I'm not gonna pay $40 to watch him on TV. I mean, I'd be super happy if I bought a ticket and he was on the card. I'd be like, oh, cool.
Cool, yeah, different,
See
but
this dude. But it's like I don't know, man. I've seen him and I go on to something else. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
no,
Like
that's it, exactly.
I
So
don't
then
have that.
we had Hobbs and Shaw backstage. They challenged Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus for the tag team titles. That's a pretty interesting match. I wouldn't mind seeing what Hobbs and Shaw have as a tag team. Maybe not necessarily win the belts right away.
Yeah,
Promo wise, they are cool. I find they
they
look
are.
like they fit as friends, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
have a natural chemistry kind of thing. But like they're called Team Taz. Where's Taz? And like Hook's walking around as a face in a stable with these heels. They got to
It's
figure this out.
yes. These are screws that are left that I sometimes I wonder if they think that like people just don't care. Like people are gonna say, ah, it's wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or
they
like,
can't just do the it's wrestling.
no, so then you're like, they must just think either they didn't notice it and they haven't thought about it deeply enough. You know what I'm saying? Which can happen. You got so
Yeah,
much going on,
oversee like stuff.
that you forget, oh shit, that's right. He's with him and he's with him and this doesn't make sense right now. So,
But it's too late, kind of. Gotta just keep going with it.
yeah. It's kind of like, but we can't kick Hook out of Team Taz because he's Taz's kid. So by family, he's obviously Team Taz. You know what I mean? And then you're like, okay, so yeah, let's just go with it. Not make him a face, but he's more like,
Yeah,
you
he's not
know,
like a pure baby face, but like the fans love him. Like even when they announced just them announcing his match on Dynamite, the live crowd went crazy tonight.
it's
I
crazy.
mean
Eh?
on Rampage, because he's gonna wrestle on Rampage.
Yeah, he's an anti-hero.
Yeah,
basically. He's not a
definitely.
hero. He's not a bad guy,
And he's
but
young. I noticed like the young characters get over in AEW. Like they get a big reaction. You
they
know,
do. They do. They do.
Darby, John Silver, keep going. You know,
Yeah, now Swerve, like they like the younger guys. I don't
yeah,
know. Yeah,
which is cool. You know, I think that's great.
it is.
WWE, by the time they sign a guy, keep him in NXT for 5 years. By the time the guy cracks the roster, he's like 35 years old.
Exactly. He's not even a rookie anymore, considering that people already probably knew him a little bit from the indies, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
They just it's like they overweight his expectancy, and then when they put him into the push, it's like the dude's career's almost over. He's had 15 injuries. He can't do what he was doing 4 years ago, and then you're just like,
Exactly.
oh man, what are they doing? Or they
Yeah.
Eli Drake you to where they take you completely from being a wrestler and make you a manager.
There you go.
Even
That's a news of the week.
yeah,
Now
oh,
Eli Drake is now a manager on SmackDown apparently, but this is on.
yeah,
I think this has only been on dark segments yet, but I've seen this.
yeah.
And
And,
he's gonna be. And Mace has changed his name to Face. Apparently, he's just gonna be known as Face. Dio Madden that was who he originally was, right?
yeah, yeah.
I think he was a former NFL player as well.
It's just like Eli Drake's a former world champion, man.
You're gonna make him a manager,
You're gonna
and
make
he's
him a manager.
basically, and they said it's gonna be like a modeling agency, not unlike what
Rick Martel was doing.
or Robert Stone. It feels like very Robert Stone brandish.
Yeah, exactly. And what
Oh, they
happened to
just let
Robert
Robert
Stone?
Stone come to the main roster.
What happened to Robert Stone? Did they cut Robbie E?
I have a feeling they did cut him. I can't confirm that for sure, but he
I miss
definitely
Robbie.
never got any kind of chance.
No, he didn't. They just put him as a manager.
He was with Chelsea Green at one point.
Yeah. And where's DJZ?
I think he's still with no, I think he got let go.
Jesus Christ. They let go so many guys, and some guys they don't let
He
go. They
was
just
with Phantasma there.
yeah.
But I think they let him go.
They don't know
Poor old
talent
WWE
commitment.
letting people go.
Yeah.
On another time. I don't
Another
know.
thing.
I know Backlash is coming up soon. I know there's a lot of rematches from WrestleMania, but it seems like it's gonna be like WrestleMania, but without like Austin McMahon, all that. But the rematches of just the matches like people didn't really care about.
It's exactly what I said WrestleMania was. It's just an episode of SmackDown with a bunch of fireworks.
Yeah.
More pyro, and some old people showing up. That's it. So back to AEW,
Yeah,
what the hell
back to
we were saying.
AEW.
I lost completely.
Yeah, Lance Archer, who we've seen more and more these days, taking on Wardlow, who is more and more popular as we go here.
This is an
Wardlow gets the
insane match,
victory.
man.
Yeah, 3
It was
power
insane.
bombs,
Four
4.
power bombs to a 6'8", 264-pound man. Legit 6'8",
Yeah,
264 pounds.
the
Not
fans are
wrestling
like,
exaggerated. Like
yeah, he comes
that.
out with the handcuffs and everything. Wardlow is getting like more and more popular every week for sure.
Man,
Now the
I
fans are
want
chanting Wardlow like
you
Goldberg.
know, yeah. At one point though, I thought he was gonna pass out. Like at that fourth power bomb, I was like, he's going to pass out. He's going just on adrenaline to lift that six
Just
foot eight.
keep go like how much
Six,
like you're not even
yeah,
seeing here. Right.
exactly. I was like, oh, he's gonna go 4 times, and he's red as a tomato, his whole body, and I was just like, yo, he can't do 5, that's for sure. Like it took everything for number 4. I was like, there's no way he's gonna do 5. He didn't. So that I was just like, damn, this guy really is power.
Yeah, yeah. And
Like it's not just exaggerated power. You know what I'm saying?
no, the
Like
guy's
he
pretty
is. That's impressive, man. That was impressive. Because I've seen guys lift guys that big and try to do power bombs to them and almost drop them on their head. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
literally, like have a hard time. Yo, he was lifting him with ease. The first two
after
times, it
having
was
like a whole
nothing.
match and everything.
Yeah, he just
Yeah,
picked him
man.
up and flipped him. I was just like, Jesus Christ.
Like even Archer, I would say, like he had a very impressive performance here. Um, he did a crazy dive at one point. Um, the fans are into him. I don't know, like, is he a character that like just doesn't make sense to be there like every week, or like is he only going to be used as like we need like a guy like that? Like I don't know, like his it's like his character's like too crazy to always be there because then like inevitably he would end up like winning the belt somehow, you know?
Well, he had it's weird when you get a guy like that. Because when you get a guy like that, the way you have to push him, because his whole character is his intimidation and his invincibility as to size and power and strength and stuff. And if you make him lose all the time, then who he is as a character means
Yeah,
nothing.
that's
I
it.
mean, it means nothing. I saw you get your ass kicked last week, bro. I don't care how big you are, you're weak.
Yeah,
You
like a
know what
guy
I mean?
like Snitsky. That like that's what kind of happened to him. Like
Exactly, because then you
ended up
have
being
no.
like a big dummy kind of guy.
Yeah, exactly, because that's the only other way you can go. It's either he's big, he's strong, he's powerful, or he's big and he's a klutz.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
You know, who ends up losing because he makes a mistake and he's stupid. You know what I'm saying? So then it's like, and then that probably sucks for the wrestler to play a guy like that. You know what I mean? Like it must suck because you lose week and week again being a buffoon, you know, and then
No,
you
for
fade out.
sure. And he's so
And then,
big.
you know, and he's so big. So in a way, I understand how they want to build him up and make it to like Wardlow's unbeatable and oh, he's gonna get MJF. But see, it's like if you're MJF, if I'm writing this story, I would feed him, you know, like what's his name, the Canadian, Sean Spears. I would feed him Sean Spears way before I would feed him Lance Archer. I would feed
Yeah.
him Lance Archer at a pay per view. I would say like, oh, you're not going to get me at this pay per view. You know what I'm saying? At
Hmm.
this pay per view, I got somebody for you, and it's going to be Lance Archer. And then you go out and you give a match like they gave today,
Yeah.
but at a pay per view. Because by beating Lance Archer tonight on Dynamite like that, what do you do with Lance Archer?
No, that's it. He's like they're gonna like probably we won't see him on TV for like 3 months.
Yeah,
And the
he's going
next
to
time
go
we
to New
see him, we'll
Japan.
like have forgot about this, but like we'll be like, where the hell has he been?
You know what I'm saying? Unless you want to go to an angle where you're like, okay, so this is where we break him and Jake up.
Yeah, they
He gets up,
gotta do something with the guy. They
you
gotta
know,
have some
you
kind of storyline going here.
exactly. He gets up, he gets pissed, he starts beating shit, kicking ropes. Jake gets in, tries to calm him down. He says, listen, old man, you haven't done nothing from me but take my money. You know what I'm saying? And then have him like throw Jake to the ground, walk out the ring, turn around, look at the ring, disappointed, disappointed, and walk off. And that's it. So you don't hear it from Lance Archer for 3 months, send him to New Japan. New Japan's going to want athletes. You want athletes? Give me athletes too. He's been in New Japan. That's where he built his success
Yeah.
after
He would
TNA.
be a good guy to send to New Japan. If they're gonna start trading guys, he
So
would
then
be
you
a good
wait,
guy for
you
sure
know?
to send there.
Yeah. Then you wait a few months, you repackage him or you bring him back in. But after a few months, he's fresh. Everybody forgets that he lost to Wardlow. It didn't hurt him. He still comes in as a dominating force. You feed him a bunch of young guys a few weeks in a row, make him
And then
look
build
even
him back
meaner.
up. Yeah.
Then you build
No,
him back
that's
up.
it. They need some major work though to do with him. But hey, Wardlow is looking really good though. And yeah, man, it's going good.
Yeah.
It's going good for Wardlow. After that, we get the Jericho Appreciation Society and Santana, Ortiz, and Eddie Kingston. They have a confrontation in the ring, but they're not allowed to touch each other. Well, Eddie Kingston's group is not allowed to touch. Basically, they're not allowed to touch.
Yeah, I like this segment. Did you like the segment?
Yeah, it was pretty old school. I liked. I just find Jericho's group. They're all like very entertaining, very heelish.
They are.
Matt Menard is awesome.
Man, he's funny. He made me laugh he makes me laugh my ass off, man. And the whole thing was hilarious, but I was expecting Hernandez and Homicide to show up in the back.
Yeah, because they're like, you're missing. They're kind of teasing something here.
Yeah, it's almost like evident. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, they gotta bring LAX. You know what I'm saying? They can't not bring them in. Or Dan Maff. You know, maybe
they might have like a War Games match 5-on-5 or something building up.
Exactly. Either bring in Homicide or Hernandez, bring in Low Key and fucking Dan Maff. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they're a whole clique from New York. That whole clique there. You know what I mean? They're all good boys from New York. So, you know, bring in. I was expecting, because they said you can't touch us and we can't touch you, but they didn't say two guys that weren't contracted to AEW can't pop up in the back and touch you. So I was like, this is where you make Homicide and Hernandez show up. Right now, behind them. You know what I'm saying? And then they turn around and then they start beating each other up. You know? That's how I would have done it. And they did the whole parking lot angle at the end. You know, with the fireball, that was pretty good, but you know.
Yeah, I was like, I thought bust out with fireball. So yeah, like they break that condition that they're not allowed to touch each other because they jumped into the parking lot later on. So I don't know if there's going to be consequences to that for the Jericho Appreciation Society, but we shall see. Yeah, but that was a cool segment. Like I liked seeing the fireball. Like, is that going to be Jericho's new gimmick?
Yeah. And you know, it's hard to do the fireball. Not everybody gets it. Sometimes it looks really bad, but they got it pretty good.
They got it pretty good, you know? a couple epic failures of the fireball. I think a Mankind and Undertaker match once. There's a couple. We could look that up at one point. Another match here. Serena Deeb against Hikaru Shida. Hardcore match. This one was really good.
It was good.
I was looking forward to this one, and yeah, like two of the best for sure women's division here.
Oh yeah, for sure. And did you see Serena Deeb's face at the end? Man, she got that kendo stick right on the side of the face.
Yeah,
man.
Big, huge welt.
Man, I was like, what's wrong with her face? Did she get like injections? Like when they at first it wasn't as big, you know? I was like, holy fuck, her face looks crooked. Did she get like a bad injection? You know, and then she turns back around at the end and I'm like, oh, because I saw her get caught in the face when the other one was swinging with the powder in her eyes, you know? And I was like, I wonder if she caught her good. Oh man, she got her good.
Yeah, she's lucky to have not got it right in the eye.
In my head, I was like, I wonder if in her head she's saying to herself, bitch, I'm going to give you a receipt for this.
Yeah, well, it was a pretty hard-hitting match for sure between these two. They've been kind of feuding for a while, so this is like a good
into it. I was surprised that the heel was the one that overcame at the end. So I don't know what they're going to be doing with Hikaru going forward.
Deeb comes out as the winner. Hikaru, yeah, like it feels like they've been pushing her less and less, but at one point she was very, very pushed.
She was the big one. When they had the belt on her, she was, at the top of her.
Awesome. She's one of my favorites in AEW.
Yeah. Her whole character is Samurai Showdown, but yeah. I think her music is Samurai Showdown.
I think it's or like it's like a Naruto song, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. I remember watching AEW once and someone being like, "Are you watching Naruto?" And I'm like, "What?" They're like, "That's a song is in Naruto." I'm like, "I'll take your word for it." And then they showed me it and I was like, "Yes, it is." that is the exact song.
Naruto. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's what it is. Yeah.
Or it's like it sounds very similar. It's like
Yeah.
it's some kind of anime song, and like people love anime. We can go into
Yo,
like um if you ask people in their 20s to their 30s these days, a lot of
I
them,
love anime.
yeah, like a lot of people a lot of people watch almost only that. Some people even they don't watch any like American shows. They're like, no, I'm just watching like a season of anime, and there's so many episodes that like you can literally do that.
Yeah, my daughters. I know.
You know,
It's
so
anime.
like yeah, and like it is good. It's good. I personally I love cartoons in general. I try
Yeah.
not to watch too much of it because I'll just watch it all day. So,
Yeah. True that. True that,
but
man.
yeah, like she's got
But
the
her whole character, like even tonight, the
yeah,
people were chanting her name, man. She's definitely over, like
yeah.
way over. So
I at one point one of her like outfits was like one of the Final Fantasy characters. So
yeah,
she's really into like, she knows what the fans
cosplay and stuff. Yeah, she's very cosplay and stuff. Yeah. Well, even today she had the rose thing
yeah,
that
yeah,
went
exactly.
down the
That was
side
really
of her
cool.
body. That was like really cool. And I was like, damn, that must have taken at least a good 2 hours to do that. Like seriously, that's 2 hours of makeup minimum to do that. Like you can't tell me otherwise.
No, for sure.
So
And like
that
that,
takes
yeah,
dedication.
that's 2 extra hours that she's got to do when like the other guys or girls are going out like eating or
Yeah.
whatever.
What are you doing? I'm painting my roses down the side. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's
okay,
it.
you do that.
So then backstage we see MJF and he calls someone who's going to be fighting Wardlow next week, and he says you can't teach that. And the guy's he's taller than he's bigger than
Plus,
Wardlow.
Morrissey.
So we're going to see W. Morrissey possibly show up. Probably, it sounds like.
No, I think he will. I think he will. I think he'll show
I
up.
think
They
he would
probably,
fit in really well with MJF, honestly.
I think he would too. I don't know. I think he's under contract with Impact, but I think it might be
Yeah,
a
but
one
the
in, one
door's
out.
open, right? Like trades are.
Exactly. So that's what it is. That's exactly that,
At
So
one
we see.
point, when he was with Enzo, I was convinced that this guy would one day become WWE champion.
Well, he should. He should. He should. I mean,
Kind of
he's
had
that
bad luck,
dominant.
and then he had personal problems. But like,
Yeah, but I
hopefully,
mean,
hopefully everything
he's
goes good.
he's on the track to wear a title for a company, whether it's
Oh yeah,
AEW or Impact or Ring of Honor or whatnot. He's going to wear one of the titles for sure in the
yeah.
near future. He's really back on his game
Oh
performance
yeah,
wise.
definitely. I see
So
at the pay-per-view he teamed with um Lil Mama Pump.
yeah, it was. Yeah, he was. It was. They were good too. They look good. I mean,
Yeah,
it's hard. It's
interesting
hard
team.
to, I mean, it's hard to not look good with him, dude. I mean, he's 7 foot. He's legit 7 foot tall.
That's
You know
it.
what
That's
I'm
it. Like
saying? So,
WWE, I'm surprised they didn't give this guy more chances. Like it's like some guys get like any million chances. Some guys are like, nah,
yeah,
whatever.
he reminds me a lot of Matt Morgan
Matt
because
Morgan, yeah,
Matt Morgan was a big dude, but he was fast and he could move around the ring. He wasn't slow
and he
and
was smart.
boring,
But then they
and he
gave
was,
him a gimmick like stuttering, which like made no sense. But the guy like
yeah,
went to college and everything.
exactly. Like wasn't he mayor in Florida somewhere? He was a governor or
Yeah,
something.
I think you're right. Yeah, like he
Yeah, no, Matt
after high
Morgan's
school.
very smart. Shout out to the Blueprint. He's a very, very intelligent dude, and I mean, might not see eye to eye politically what he thinks, but I mean, that
Yeah,
doesn't
true. Yeah,
that
he has some. I remember
he's
seeing that too. But hey, it's Florida,
but
right?
yeah, exactly. But he's a very smart, intelligent person, and I see the exact same type of wrestler when I see
Yeah,
Morrissey.
like they both
That
looked at one point definitely like, yo, this guy's gonna be like a main eventer of like WrestleMania.
exactly, So he's got all the tools in his box to be able to be. They just have to be willing, to be like, okay, let's go with him.
Yeah.
So.
So then we had House of Black this like weird segment, but I liked it. I liked the ending of it because you had House of Black come out, and then you had what looked like Alex Abrahantes in his weird cloak
Yeah.
talking on the mic, and then he's like, you know, the reason I've been wearing this weird costume the whole time, and then they basically reveal that it was Ray Phoenix in it. So then Phoenix is back. Death Triangle. They're gonna try
And
this again
yeah,
until
but
one of them
he's not,
gets hurt.
yeah, that's it. And he's not wearing the costume. Did you notice that? He came
Yeah,
out dressed in his regular clothes. So he's trying to tell us
that
that
was
he's
all
been
just like
wearing
a big plan.
for that moment.
Because I mean I didn't check the guy's like social media, but I'm sure people were blowing him up like, dude, what's
For
with the
sure.
Halloween costume?
What's up with the Walmart vampire costume?
For
And he
real,
was probably
man.
like, okay, guys, I can't do the costume no more. So we have to write it off. And they were like, okay, this is how we'll do it.
No, for real. Yeah, they did have to get rid of that though. It was like it was horrible.
Stupid. It was horrible. It was
Especially
so
how
horrible.
like with how good Penta is, it's like you're really gonna give him like this so cartoony gimmick that like it stood out on the show. Like, what am I watching? You know?
And you know what makes me laugh about Alexander? You know what I'm saying is that he's just the dude that's supposed to be like their manager translator, but he
And then
comes
yeah,
to the
now he's like
ring
so implicated in the storylines.
exactly, and he comes to the ring like he's a wrestler, like he poses at the end with them, like in a wrestling type pose. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I'm just like, dude, you're the manager. You don't wrestle.
And he was supposed to be like even like less of a manager than a normal manager. He's supposed to just be more of like a translator.
Yeah,
But yeah, like
yeah.
he really gets into it. Sometimes he is hilarious, I find, but like sometimes it's like, man, this guy, like, he kind of like lucked into this. Like, where does this guy originally come from? Did he just
I
like
don't know.
hand in a CV one day and they're like, yeah, we'll hire this guy?
I I don't know, man. I'm serious.
You
I
know?
thought
No,
you
I don't
knew.
know either.
I thought you were
Definitely, I
gonna
don't.
tell me, oh, he used to be the, he used to be the announcer for this company or whatnot, Not even you didn't know? I don't know. I
I
have no
could see
idea who
him
the fuck.
having been like the fucking manager of a fucking Waffle House or something.
Holy shit. So
I
he's
don't
just
know. I
like
don't know.
there.
Maybe not, you know?
He
Maybe
might
he's like
actually
Tony Khan's boy or something, you
he
know?
might actually be a luchador and we just don't recognize him because he wore a
Shit.
mask. No? That would be pretty messed up. I'm actually Dr. Wagner.
Oh my
Like,
god, swear.
oh shit, he puts the mask back on. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden he's cool. Oh shit, he's cool now. No.
Yeah, that would be
But you
the
know
that
what? He's legendary forever now because we talk about his ass. So he's made
yeah.
his mark.
I mean, fuck. I don't think I'll ever forget that Halloween costume.
No, it's hard to forget. It's gonna
Yeah,
be hard to forget. Yeah.
yeah. So then we
So
get the undisputed elite taking on Dante Martin, Lee Johnson, the Varsity Blondes, and Brock Anderson. You know what? I thought this was an okay match, but like somewhere in the match, I started thinking like, man, these guys, like, I've seen them better than this. And I'm talking even about the Undisputed Elite. But then I thought about it like towards the end of the match. I'm like, or I mean, like post match. And I think that they tried to make it look like they don't really work that well together.
yeah, at first, but at the end, everything seemed to be working.
No, but that's it. And then like, yeah, and the Bucks, they're kind of in like a mood. And they were like,
Yeah,
okay, we'll put on the shirts, but like, meh. Like, I don't see this lasting very, very long.
I don't know. I'm just wondering when Omega comes back, what's gonna go on
Yeah. Because like Bullet Club's in full force and they're supposedly aligned with Jay
with
White.
the. Yeah,
At
I
least
don't
Jay
know.
White is aligned with them. Like he last week came out when Cole was talking. It's really hard to really figure out what's going to happen. Like
It's hard to figure out how they're moving and who's with who and who's friends with who
exactly.
right now, because they got me mixed up because they're trying to
There's
do
two
too much.
different things going on. Well, there's like three different things going on.
Exactly. And it's like you want me to pay attention because you say the door is open. So that means you tell me pay attention to what goes on in the other shows because those guys are going to come to your show.
That's it.
So I'm paying attention. Jay White's the leader of the Bullet Club in New Japan and in Impact, but then you associate him with Adam Cole, who used to be in the Bullet Club, but wasn't he kicked out of the Bullet Club
Yeah, they were
by Jay
never
White?
formally like brought back in.
Well, Jay White kicked Adam Cole out of
That's
the
it.
Bullet Club. You know what I'm saying? And Adam Cole kicked Omega out of the Bullet Club.
And are all the elite
You know what
in
I'm
the
saying?
Bullet
So then I'm
Club?
like, and then you got the Good Brothers in the Bullet Club, but then the Good Brothers are friends with the Bucks, who are in the
That's
elite
it.
and not the undisputed era. So Cole is friends with White, and the Good Brothers are friends with the Bucks, but Omega might not be good with Cole, but Cole is okay with the Bucks, but the Bucks aren't cool with Red Dragon. Right? Am I right? And
It
Chris Bay
seems
just
like
doesn't
that,
give
but
a shit
like
about all of them except
that's
for
it.
the
Like
book.
they gotta figure this out.
Like, because everybody's gonna be
I
like,
mean, it's
"Oh,
cool though because they haven't like messed up the storyline, but it's like we need to see where this is going. Like when they do this Forbidden Door pay-per-view, they got to address this. That'll be maybe like one of the more interesting things about that show, you know?
yeah, yeah, yeah." These things need to be addressed because people know this. Like,
Well,
people
yeah,
are
if you're watching
stupid.
all the different shows like we're watching, it's like, yo,
Even
what's
when you
going
read
on?
the comments, like I'll read the comments on Impact after the episode or after a match, because especially something I'll enjoy. I'll be like, "Oh, this is cool," and then I'll look because I want to see
Yeah,
people's
see
reaction.
what other people's general opinion is. Yeah.
And there's always bozos who just
Oh,
say the
of course.
stupidest fucking shit. But then you realize there's a lot of people there that are fucking informed because of the internet. They're like, yeah, but wasn't he friends with him? Wasn't he beating him like a year ago in this place? So if these
It's like
companies,
this guy's not wrong, you know?
exactly, that's the only problem with the Forbidden Door. Because if you open the Forbidden Door, that means your writers have to fucking pay attention
Yeah,
to what
that's
they're
true. And
writing.
they gotta probably like sync up at some point, like their
Yeah,
storylines too.
because the fans know it. You know what I'm saying? They know it. And if you want them to get a bigger buzz when you do this shit, do it properly.
Yeah.
Don't leave
And
any
one
loose
thing that could
ends.
be a major problem also with this, um, a lot of times when companies that are working together, they'll have like sometimes they'll have to be like one won't be live or the show that they do together won't be live because like they'll have to tape it at weird times because like the Japan guys, they're like, how much time are they going to take off from like their tours in Japan? You know, they got to keep that business
Yeah,
rolling too.
exactly.
So like taped shows, that's always like just right there, you get less hype, you know, people know
Yeah,
the
yeah,
outcomes. So that, yeah,
exactly.
that Forbidden Door pay-per-view, I think there's a lot riding on that. Like, if that like sucks, that'll suck.
That'll really suck because people are expecting it to be fucking amazing,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And that's another thing.
People have high expectations.
Jim Cornette made total sense on his show the other day when he was talking about this. He was talking about one of the big problems in AEW now that they have left is they have no authority figure on TV. They have nobody there that makes people respect rules,
Any
which is why
consequences, anything.
no, that's when they brought in William Regal at first. I thought I was like, this is great. They got the best commissioner in wrestling. If you're not going to put Jim Cornette as a commissioner because you love to hate his ass, or you just love it when he comes out because you know he's going to be a dick and he's going to
I
make
wish
some
they
bad,
would bring him in, but
but they won't because he said too many bad shit because he speaks what he thinks. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I don't always agree with Jim on a lot of things. I don't agree with him, but there's a lot of things I do agree with him. But he's fucking right for so many things, and he
I
speaks
say
his
his
mind.
like his fundamentals ideas are like his fundamental like ideas about wrestling is right, but then like he'll have some random like pretty crazy opinions or he just exaggerates. But like,
Yeah,
you know, a lot of the things he says on his show would help AEW. if they did.
Exactly.
Like,
Just having a commissioner, see, it would have fixed the whole Jericho thing. There should have been somebody out there in the ring to
they can
separate
have
this.
like you don't need like evil boss Vince McMahon or like Eric Bischoff. You can have like
No.
a Jack Tunney style commissioner. You just see like once every couple months when he needs to make a big ruling, but he's not like in your
Exactly.
face every episode.
No, or what's his name that was with the Four Horsemen?
JJ Dillon.
JJ Dillon when he was
And
the fucking
WCW.
commissioner.
Yeah.
He looks like a normal guy. He comes out wearing a suit and a tie, an old
He
guy,
looks
you know.
like
And then
someone's like grandpa who is like a
exactly.
businessman or something.
And then you push him to the ground and people go, oh,
You're like,
oh
oh,
no.
don't hurt grandpa. Don't break his
Ex-
hip.
exactly. So then it gives more heat to the heel, you know? Oh, they
It
touched
does.
the commissioner. Why did you touch him? And that's what he means, Cornette. He's like, there's nobody there.
Or like
Just
Gorilla Monsoon. He was kind of a good commissioner.
exactly. You know, and you just don't have that. And it's like
There
Tony
needs to be
Khan's there.
some like rules, like for sure.
Exactly. Tony Khan is the owner, but he wants to act like a Vince McMahon type guy. But it worked. It worked when he went in Impact and he made those vignettes with Tony Schiavone, but they were recorded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was a
And it
great
was like kind of just for fun. It worked. It was like funny.
It
But
was
like
funny. I
they
loved
didn't
them.
like make
Their
it
paid
like
advertisement. You
yeah,
know,
that's
and I
it.
was and he was like, "Oh, Impact fans, you must love the money that I'm giving your company because I got lots of money, you know, and I'm here to help." You know, that was awesome. That's all he should be. But if you're going to make him a commissioner on television, he has to be able to put his foot down when he's making an announcement. That whole fucking
That's it.
announcement last week, and then have Jay White come out. And on top of it, you have Jay White come out, but you've already used Jay White. People have seen him twice. He's not going to get a pop as big. He came out, but it was like, oh, yay. Oh, but he was here like a month ago, wasn't he? Yeah, that's right. He jumped a guy backstage a month ago. It's not like we're bringing Jay White from New Japan. It's the first time he's here. Oh, shit, he's here. Yay. They
And Tony
used
Khan's just like, yeah, okay, you can just like take the
announced it.
floor. This is your company, man. He looks like he has like no authority. And he probably has no authority over the wrestlers backstage either. They probably laugh at
Just
him.
didn't
They're
make
like,
sense. Yeah, exactly. And it just didn't make sense. And it didn't make sense coming into this week either. It just didn't make sense when they're going at it with the table. Nobody's in the ring to keep them apart. No security in the table. Don't touch each other, but we will get all of you in the ring with the table, but no security.
and
So
then the
what's
heels
stop
just
them
jumped him
from
in the parking lot anyways.
with no security? Nobody's there to help them. Nobody's there. Nobody, no commissioners running to split them up. Like at least Impact used Scott D'Amore. He comes, he gets
But you
involved, he
gotta have some
yells,
kind of
get off,
like officials, like or security, like
making matches. Somebody's there,
yeah, there exactly. There's got to be some like
you
someone
know.
running the show here. Who's got the keys here?
And if you're looking for somebody, the first few weeks you start looking for them, you just get people to go behind a door with a commissioner sign, and then they come out of the door mad, and they're like, "Damn it,"
Yeah,
you know, and they just walk away. And then the guy's like, "Who is it? Who's the commissioner? Who are they?" They're like, "He just made a match, man. I can't," and just walk away. I'm so frustrated right now.
I mean
Just
the commissioner thing. It's been like badly done at times. It's been good, well done at times, but like more often than not, it's better to have one there for sure. Like it just
then not, yeah,
it's an easy tool to just make shit make sense.
exactly. As i.e. Adam Pierce on SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? Like he's there, or is he on Raw now? He's on Raw now, I think, right?
Yeah, well, I think he's like on both.
Yeah, but see, for example, Adam Pierce is the commissioner.
Yeah,
Perfect, perfect commissioner.
yeah, he looks
Perfect
like a commissioner. He
person.
looks like a principal of a school who would be a
Exactly.
dick.
Ex-wrestler, ex-respected wrestler, not a dominating guy though, so he can be pushed around by bigger, meaner dudes, you know, but he makes sense that he can stand up for himself a little, you know, that he's got balls. He's not, you know what I'm saying? People know who he is. He knows wrestling. He knows what he's doing. That's who you put commissioner. Why I say William Regal would have been the perfect pick for you to put him as a commissioner.
Yeah,
Or Chavo Guerrero. Chavo was home bitching. I'm not getting used.
I would love to see Chavo get used. I was actually thinking about him this week for some reason. And because I watched Glow. I watched Glow episode 1 and he was there.
Yeah.
Good old Chavo. He should be being used, man. The Guerreros, such a legendary family. People go
Yeah,
back and watch, even not just Eddie, but like Hector, Mondo. These guys were awesome heels back in
they
the
were.
day.
They were awesome heels, man. I mean, he was a good heel even when he was on the broadcast team like a couple of years ago, the dad. Like
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He was on the broadcast team, but he was a heel broadcaster. It was fucking awesome. Like 60 years old, 70 or whatever. He's old as dust. Still pulling it off, man. Like,
yeah, yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, so we'll get into this main event here we had tonight. Sami Guevara against Scorpio Sky in a ladder match. Um, cool match, great ladder match again. Sami Guevara always shines in ladder matches,
yeah.
but the fans have totally turned on him. I think they're even like, okay, we're turning him back heel. Like they've realized that he's probably better off being a heel at this point in
He's
his
better
career.
off as a heel. Yeah, he's better off as a heel. And tonight, man, was a display of athleticism by both these
Yeah,
two, man.
Scorpio was great in this. The RKO, or what you could say, Diamond Cutter, out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
that was
Definitely
nice.
was a out of nowhere moment, like on the Randy Orton proportions.
Yeah. And once again, as always, Sammy did it again, putting his life on the line, doing a useless move, which he missed again, completely landed on his shoulder.
Yeah,
I was,
and maybe his foot maybe grazed Scorpio.
yeah, I was sure that he broke his elbow, his shoulder. I was like, he broke his shoulder. I was like, he's laying there because his shoulder's broken. And the whole way the match was going after that, for like the first 2, 3 minutes, all looked like they were just trying to buy him time to see if he could continue. The second referee came in, blah, blah, blah. Sky goes to the side. His girlfriend gets involved, scrapes his back. He gets on the ladder. Then Sammy does a little bitty effort, push the ladder to make him fall, hit his throat. So then they're both down for another 2 minutes. Then they cut to commercial and he's down for like 2, 3 minutes, still on the ground, rolls out of the ring. I'm like, yo, they're giving him time because he's like, ugh, give me a few minutes, man, for sure. Because he fell straight on that shoulder, man. I was like, Jesus Christ, man. Just a bad fucking bump, man, for real.
Hopefully he doesn't get hurt. But man, this guy he's like one of the new daredevils of this generation for sure.
He really is, you know.
Um, I mean, I kind of feel bad that his push didn't work, but he'll be fine as a heel.
He will be fine. It's not going to make him suffer to his star quality. You know what I mean? As to who he is, people want him to be a heel. They're jealous of him. I mean, he's got that pretty boy look. He's arrogant, he's athletic, and he's got a beautiful girlfriend. You can't make him a face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that yeah.
Especially not with that face. His face he's got the face, like he's a super nice kid, but his face is the face of an arrogant
He
prick.
looks like some like annoying teenager who lives in your neighborhood who's always like outside and you're like, stop sitting on my sidewalk, man. Don't leave your garbage in front of my house. And he's just
Exactly.
like,
He's
whatever.
him and his boys, they're all
That's
shirtless
it.
in the
Always
yard
just
with
like
beers.
leaning on your car. You're like, stop leaning on
Yeah,
my car.
exactly. That's exactly what he looks like, and that's exactly what he gives off, and that's why
Yeah,
the people didn't.
exactly. With
That's
his
why the people
girl
didn't
who's
get
just
behind him.
kind of
Who
like
just
him.
licks his face off, they don't even kiss. She just like licks his
That's
face.
it. They
Like,
look like they're like wasted and like in a fucking
they
bar.
look like 2 14-year-olds in junior
Yeah,
high.
true.
Like taking advantage of the 25 minutes that their parents aren't around and watching them. It's
Yeah.
like super funny, man. But yeah,
So yeah,
Paige
we
Van
had Paige
Zandt came
Van
out. It was
Zant.
pretty good.
Paige
That was
Van
good.
Zant made an appearance again.
Yeah, I
But
can't
one
wait to
thing,
see her.
they definitely got to move these two apart, like away from each other, because like if Sammy's gonna be a heel, they gotta like let him be a heel because Dan Lambert's gonna be a heel. They can't like
You can't make Dan a good guy.
Ethan Page is pretty heel. I don't see him turning face anytime soon, too.
No, and this is where the problem comes with Top Team. Is it Top Team? American Top
Yeah.
Team. Yeah, with Top Team.
They're too cool.
Scorpio is still being sympathetic to someone who's not in Top Team with Frankie Kazarian.
Yeah, we had Kazarian come out because I don't if we mentioned it. Scorpio wins the belt. So I guess he's like the most championed wrestler in the history of AEW.
He's got 3 belts. One-time first tag team title and 2-time
TNT.
Yeah, 2 TNT titles. So that's 3. So I guess they haven't been around long enough to have people winning more than 3 titles. I don't think they have any Triple Crown winners. They don't have any Triple Crown winners in the company. Eh? No, they don't. Yeah, exactly.
Not yet.
So
yeah, we had Kazarian come out, and so I don't know where this is going, but it's kind of interesting for like a mid card.
Well, it's going to be a few. I mean, it could either come to Scorpio Sky goes back with Kazarian, or Scorpio Sky becomes total asshole heel, not just not just an anti-hero as what he more is right now, and goes completely heel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Not that AEW needs another stable, but I was just thinking I could see Kazarian starting a new stable, like him with 2 random young guys that look like rockers, and they're just like the rocker guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I could see him doing that. Yeah. So
to like fight against American top team.
That
I don't see Kazarian joining them. No,
that's not going to happen. No, that's not going to happen.
So yeah, maybe Scorpio leaves or he doesn't forms a team.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen, he's going to face Kazarian. Ethan Page is going to get involved in this somehow. He's not going to like this relationship. He's going to have some mouthing off to do about it. I think that's going to be the divider that's going to switch it either way, in my opinion.
Yeah, that sounds like makes sense. They got to do more with Ethan Page. He's really talented.
Nothing. They're doing nothing with him at all.
I mean, we see him on TV. Every time he touches the mic, he's gold, but he's not getting enough time out here. But, what can we say? Overall, it was a very good episode, I would say.
Yeah.
I like that the TNT title is a pretty prestigious title, I would say. They've protected it.
It's in the main event.
Yeah. I mean, it's credible main event. It's not like you're like, what am I watching here? Why would this be a main event,
Exactly, but that's what I like about them. They'll never defend the world title the same night they defend the TNT title.
Yeah, maybe a pay-per-view, that's it.
Done. In my opinion, if I had a federation, the TV title would be the only title that's defended every week on TV.
That's
what the TV title.
WCW original TV title rules were.
The TV title is the title that's defended on the TV show. Then you defend the tag titles once every 2 weeks.
And then the WCW rules, the TV title, it was 10-minute time limit as well.
Exactly. You do like that. Then like every 2 weeks, you do the tag title. And then every off 2 week, you do the women title. Like 1 week, it's the TV title, women title. Then it's the TV title, tag title, TV title, women title, TV title, tag title. And only at pay-per-views should the world title be defended. Yeah. Every pay-per-view, the world title's defended. Every pay-per-view, the world title's defended.
That would be a good way, definitely, to keep prestige on your belts and to,
you don't want to saturate
interest. It wouldn't feel like it's like burnt out, but it won't feel like you're not seeing it. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. So, we're going to bring this one to a close here. Magnificent Drey Breeze, who are you giving your thumbs up of the week to?
I'd have to give my thumbs up to the week to Taylor Yuta.
Yeah, Yuta. I got to agree, man. I mean, it's a good choice. Not my personal choice. I'm not going to say the same guy as you, but he, no, definitely like we were both saying before, like even like almost like maybe 6 weeks ago, we were like, okay, maybe we've seen enough of this guy, and like he was just the random guy in the best friends, but he's really come a long way in a very short time. So like
Yeah,
definitely,
he's taking the ball and he's running with it.
yeah.
And they put him in the ring with two of the best wrestlers of our generation. And he
And
can
Regal on
go,
the outside.
yeah, and he can go par with them. Like he doesn't slow them down. He doesn't make them look stupid. He doesn't look out of place. It's perfect.
Yeah.
So
And I like
thumbs
him
up.
as the Ring of Honor pure champion as
I
well.
love it. Yeah, exactly. Well, I count that into fact. He gets my thumbs up. So
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I like that one. I'm gonna give my thumbs up of the week to Josh Alexander, the new TNA Impact World Champion.
oh, double thumbs up. Thumbs up also to Ace Austin for getting back the X Division title
Yeah,
in a
that was a
great match
great match.
between him, Trey, and Bailey.
He pinned Chris Bay, so Bailey was not pinned. And I
No,
think that feud, well, like they're having a little storyline with the Bailey Ace Austin.
and Trey Miguel.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna eventually see the title around Bailey's waist, but they're gonna build
Oh,
it.
he's definitely going to wear the title before the end of the year. Probably during the summer.
I
He's going to get,
mean, I couldn't think of a better guy to hold that X Division title.
yeah. They gave it to Ace Austin because Ace Austin just re-signed a contract with Impact. So he's going to be sticking around for a while. So for sure in his contract, it was, I want a title again. Like one of the
Oh yeah.
titles has to
Oh,
be
he deserves it too. He's one of the pillars of the X
of
Division
the
for sure.
company. Of the
Oh,
company.
of
And
the whole company for sure. Yeah.
he really is like,
At one point, I
he's
think he was double champion, was he not?
no, he wasn't. He's only wore the X Division title,
Oh, I
I
think
think.
he was X Division champ. I think on a event, I seen him going for the Impact title as X Division champion, but he didn't
Yes,
win.
yes, that did happen, but he didn't win.
Against Rachel Ellering, is
Against
that possible?
Blanchard.
I
Against
mean
Blanchard.
Tessa Blanchard, yeah.
Yes, he did. He did. And he got a shot against was it
Eddie Edwards,
not
maybe.
not Josh Alexander. It was a champion before Josh Alexander.
Eddie Edwards? No.
It wasn't Eddie Edwards. It wasn't Kenny Omega. Sami Callahan.
Sammy
He got a
Callahan.
he got a world title shot against Callahan. And I think he might have got, yeah, he did get one against Eddie Edwards also. He's gotten 2 or 3 world title shots
That's
over
it.
the
So
last
maybe one day I could see him even being one day champ.
Oh, for sure. He's only like 24 years old or something like that. Like he's one of
That's
the
it.
youngest guys there. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's been a good week. It's been a big week here in the wrestling world. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, we'll be back next week. And have a great week.